Hello and welcome to Drive It, the DW Car Show. Coming up, the future of electromobility, the Hyundai Ioniq. Vintage racing around Germany's Nurburgring. Plus, a performance Volvo, the S60 Polestar. In 2015, Polestar became the official performance division of Volvo cars. The collaboration with the Swedish automaker actually goes back to 1996, when Polestar was founded under the name Flash Engineering. It's been Volvo's motorsports partner ever since. Now it has designed the most powerful production Volvos of all time, the Polestar branded S60 sedan and the V60 station wagon. Back in 2009, Polestar began supplying tuning and performance accessories for road-going Volvos. The new dynamic duo boasts over 50 optimizations, resulting in 270 kilowatts of output and an equipment package that translates into a sports car for everyday driving. We checked out the S60 sedan, powered by a souped-up T6 gasoline engine and all-wheel drive. This Polestar production model comes with plenty of motorsports caliber and provides the technical basis for the current Volvo racing cars in the FIA World Touring Car Championship, which Volvo returned to last year. Our car reviewer Michelle Assenmacher finds the S60 promising from the outside, thanks to its beefy looks. Her first impression on the inside, however, is the very opposite. The center console, with its maze of buttons and knobs, is not too user-friendly. The interior features Polestar's stylish blue stitching. Among the other nice features, a heated steering wheel and carbon fiber inlays adorning the dashboard and center console. The sports seats with their nubuck and Napa leather upholstery provide solid support for more aggressive driving styles. Michelle admits she kind of fell in love with the steering wheel. That combination of smooth leather and Alcantara gives the wheel far better grip and a gorgeous feel. The suspension comes with shock absorbers that can be adjusted in a variety of settings, from super comfortable to super hard, ideal for taking the car out on the racetrack, for example. For everyday use, the mid-range setting makes the most sense. The S60 also has the power to take on the steepest of mountains in style, Michelle explains.
Mit viel Schwung bis nach oben zu kommen.
Michelle only found it right to put the most powerful Volvo ever through its paces on the Autobahn as well. Even at high speeds, she feels that customary Volvo safety. So for now, we have the midsize S and V60 editions. But Volvo intends to establish Polestar as a performance brand for other segments as well. It will be interesting to see which models bear the Polestar badge in the future. Michelle has to hand it to the S60 Polestar on one front. It's a lot of fun off the highway as well. Good acceleration on these curvy country roads and a tight turning circle testify to the car's agility. A pleasure to drive. All in all, the Volvo S60 Polestar is a sporty ride that's really fun to drive.
Ein Spaßauto ist, denn zeigt sich sportlich und hat mir heute richtig viel Freude bereitet.
Prices for the S60 Polestar in Germany start at 68,000 euros. Before the Hyundai Ioniq hits the streets in October, explains Emanuel Schaefer, you can get a sneak preview at the Generation Ioniq Tour, which kicks off in Frankfurt. After that, the roadshow will be moving on to Oslo, Amsterdam, and Milan. The purpose-built pavilion is in the shape of the Q featured in the new car's name. Inside, auto fans can marvel at an array of fascinating exhibits, and that includes the engineering powering the Ioniq. The Hyundai Ioniq was developed for 3 alternative drive concepts: hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and probably the most interesting, the all-electric. And a real treat here, says Emmanuel, is being able to take a look at the inner workings. You can feast your eyes on the high-voltage battery and how all the components are interlinked. Then there's the transmission and the electric motor itself. And this is how the complete package looks. A sleek design that obviously needs no radiator grille, thereby enhancing the aerodynamics. This car enthusiast likes the look and the little details. Hyundai has had a lot of people asking for a test drive, from both potential buyers and other drivers who are simply curious. All you need is a valid driver's license. It's an amazing experience. All you hear are the tires. The way it takes off from the traffic lights with all that torque really is extraordinary. You don't get that with a regular car. Visitors from around the world have come to Frankfurt's Skyline Plaza to inspect Hyundai's electric hatch.
It's a very comfortable drive. Yeah, I mean, the car is really quiet, and you have the feeling that it gets into the speed very quickly.
Everyone agrees that the Hyundai Ioniq is a silent delight.
Really nice car, very silent, smooth to handle, and I still want to see a bit more in regards to luggage compartment and the grades that are in offer.
The hatch has 350 liters of cargo space. Hold down the rear seats, and that figure rises to over 1,400 liters. The case under the cargo net contains the charger cable that can be plugged into any regular outlet. Alternatively, and far faster, you can use a charging station, of course. Then filling up to an 80% charge takes only 23 minutes. The Hyundai Ioniq comes with a choice of equipment levels. All include a comprehensive package of standard features, from heated side mirrors to a hill start assist and rear parking sensors. The interior has a number of stowage compartments, and the front cabin has a driver-friendly layout, fashioned with top-class workmanship. When you start up the Ioniq, a display lights up relaying a variety of stats, such as charge status and range remaining. The first version to be launched will be the hybrid. It is powered by a combination of a 1.6-liter direct injection gasoline unit with 77 kilowatts and an electric motor with 32 kilowatts. It will be followed in November by the Ioniq Electro with 88 kilowatts of power and a range of up to 280 kilometers. The price tag in Germany, just over 33,000 euros.
But it's a very nice experience, yeah. It's my first time I drive an electric car, and I'm convinced that it's the way for the future.
It was also this lady's maiden voyage in an electric car, and she loved it too.
Und denke, das sollte die Technologie der Zukunft sein.
And there's another reason for drivers to go electric. The German government has launched a 1.2 billion euro program to subsidize up to 400,000 electric car purchases through 2020. A paltry 3,000 applications have been submitted to date, but perhaps Hyundai's Ioniq will manage to give that figure a big boost. Car buyers get a financial incentive of up to 4,000 euros, and as another bonus, a good conscience as regards the environment. Mercedes has unveiled a prototype for the delivery van of the future. Inside the Vision van is a shelving system that automatically sorts parcels for subsequent delivery by hand. The van is also fitted with a launch pad and 2 drones that can autonomously fly packages to addresses within a range of 10 kilometers. Mercedes says the vehicle will make deliveries faster and more efficient. Audi's new TTRS Coupe boasts 294 kilowatts of output. The Coupe makes the dash to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.7 seconds. The top speed can be optionally raised from 250 to 280 kilometers per hour. The new 5-cylinder aluminum engine generates 480 newton-meters of torque applied to front and rear wheels. The TTRS Coupe will set you back 66,400 euros. For over a half a century, the Caravan Salon in Dusseldorf has been the perfect place to check out all the latest trends in camping. The leading trade fair for motorhomes and caravans drew a record 200,000 visitors this year. Young people in particular seem to have rediscovered the joys of camping. The head of Germany's Caravan Industry Association says a lot of young families came and a considerable number bought a new caravan. The increase in sales was way above the association's own expectations. This year's Caravan Salon had more exhibition space than ever, offering a dizzying array of options, from compact and practical camper vans to the heights of luxury. Visitors to the trade fair would be well advised to make up their minds beforehand about what it is they're looking for. Whether it's a romantic holiday for two or something with space for the whole family, check out your finances too. If you know what you want, the choice is less overwhelming. This man's looking specifically for an affordable camper van based on a box van, but he wants to try some out first, so he's going to inquire about options for renting vehicles. The classic VW Transporter is still one of the leading camper vans. Despite its relatively high price, the California version is the most popular choice and retains its value on the second-hand market. The basic level beach trim comes with a bed but no kitchen. Prices in Germany start at 42,000 euros. The Carmen Calibre 499 from Renault is a shade cheaper at 41,000 euros. It comes with a kitchen and refrigerator. The basic version has an 88 kilowatt engine and practical features like cruise control. The new Pistol Campster from Citroën is only a prototype at this stage, but due to go on sale next year. The focus here is on flexibility. The kitchen is included, but can be removed if desired, turning the camper van into a normal van with 7 seats. Prices for the 70 kilowatt basic version start at 38,000 euros. Or you could go for this more Spartan alternative and save another 10,000 euros. It includes bed, auxiliary heating, cooler box, cruise control, rear view camera, and hands-free communication. The trade fair price for this Alpine camper, based on the Nissan NV200, was just 28,000 euros. But there's a yet more basic version still, the Cuckoo Camping Box. It comes in various sizes and can fit into practically any box-type van, turning it instantaneously into a mini camper van. At the other end of the spectrum, the 12-meter-long Vario Perfect offers space and luxury galore. An 8-kilowatt diesel generator provides electricity, and there's 600 liters of fresh water on board. The whole thing will set you back about 1.2 million euros, and that doesn't include the Mercedes 300 SL Roadster in the rear garage. Space and luxury is one thing, but a growing number of customers also want undiminished connectivity on holiday. This man says his next camper van needs to have Wi-Fi and solar panels so that he can work. That way the children can enjoy the whole summer holiday traveling and not notice if their parents work for 2 or 3 hours a day. If you have 680,000 euros to spare, you might want to go for the ultimate experience of freedom with the Action Mobile. Here you can go off-road or wherever you want. It comes with a 397 kilowatt engine and a 600-liter diesel tank, so you can tour through the wilds for as long as you want without running out of fuel or having to forego any of those creature comforts. Actionmobile CEO Stefan Wirth says the RV offers everything you could find at home, including an induction cooktop, a washing machine, and an electric oven. All the appliances are good quality makes. It has a huge battery capacity, which you could live from for days without necessarily having to drive. Energy efficiency is key for undertaking lengthy off-road trips. The Bliss is completely self-sufficient thanks to the solar panels on the roof. With a storage capacity of 400 amp hours, you could experience a 3-day solar eclipse and still not have to worry about using the oven or air conditioning. In the fall of last year, Mercedes-Benz brought out its revamped ML model with distinctive daytime running headlights and a modified radiator grille and a new name on the rear. It's now called the GLE. Our car tester Mata says that Mercedes has renamed its entire SUV range to include a G at the front. The G stands for Geländewagen, German for an off-road vehicle. So the GLE is an SUV version of the E-Class.
Der ML war, nämlich das Geländewagen-Pendant zur E-Klasse.
Our test car, the GLE 350D, has a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine offering 190 kilowatts of power. According to Mercedes, the GLE uses just 6.6 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. The luxury SUV can sprint from 0 to 100 in 7.1 seconds. Mata says the car stays nicely under control, even when you drive fast around corners. But unfortunately, it doesn't always feel that way at the wheel. He would prefer the steering to be more direct. Even if he switches to the Sport Drive mode, he still has the feeling that the steering and the wheels are barely connected.
Sehr entkoppelt voneinander sind.
The GLE weighs just under 2.2 tons, and you can tell the handling is not too sporty, but the high seating position is ideal for driving off-road. Montes really likes the autonomous cruise control. When activated, it automatically controls your distance to the car in front, of course. But what do you do on the highway when you're in the middle lane and the outside lane is moving slower than you are? Normally, on other cars, you would still automatically move up to the car in front. But with this car, it also regulates the distance to vehicles traveling in the lane to the left, so that you're not at risk of overtaking on the inside.
So dass ich eben nicht in die Verlegenheit komme, rechts zu überholen.
Mercedes has been pretty conservative with the exterior. Large air intakes, wraparound headlamps, and striking LED daytime running lights are the limit of the cosmetic changes. The rear sports Mercedes' typical nighttime LED lights. Inside, you immediately notice the large infotainment screen positioned over the middle console between two air vents. The driver's seat is comfortable, and the raised position provides a good overview of the road. The controls are also uncluttered and easy to use. Matas does find the controls on the infotainment system less than ideal, however. It has a dial here, which is normal enough. But above that, there's a touchpad. And unfortunately, it's just in a position where you tend to lay your hand on it while waiting at a traffic light or stuck in traffic. and end up entering things on the multimedia interface that you never intended.
Die man gar nicht machen möchte.
Most people don't necessarily need a GLE, says Mattes, but it's definitely a very luxurious way to travel, and you can easily hook it up to a trailer or a big caravan and take the whole family on holiday. The trunk offers sufficient space. The seats are very comfortable, both in the front and the rear. And so his overall impression is actually quite positive, aside from less than sporty handling, which is not to his taste.
Was eben nicht meinem Geschmack entspricht, beiseite lässt.
Our expert Reinhold Deisenhofer says vintage car races like the old-timer Grand Prix at the Nurburgring attract thousands. They come not just to look at the old cars, but to experience classic motorsport and watch daredevils in their driving machines. Race cars from various classes can relive their glory days. Formula 3 vehicles dating from 1964 to 1980, as well as touring cars from different series are all on hand. Vehicles from each category get half an hour on the track to strut their stuff. Drivers push the cars to their limits in spite of their age. Reinhold says retro is in, not just in music, but for cars too. More and more automakers are recognizing this and focusing on their product's tradition, especially sports car makers like Porsche and Alfa Romeo. Porsche has countless stories to tell, as 70% of all Porsches ever built are still drivable today. When it comes to classic sports cars, real beauty never fades, and Porsche is keen to help owners keep their older models looking good. Its Porsche Classic department offers original replacement parts for vehicles from years past. To mark the 40th anniversary of Porsche's transaxle technology, over 100 privately owned cars are taking part in a parade. But before the convoy sets off, drivers gather for a photo. Leading the way is this 924 GTP sports car, with legendary race car driver Derek Bell at the wheel.
I have a feeling because it's what I raced at Le Mans in 1980, so to sort of get back in the car again after whatever that is, 35 years, is pretty special. But it felt just the same as I remember it, but of course in those days we just went for it. There was nobody in front, so you just went flat out, and it's so easy to drive.
Then they're off. Though here, they're not allowed to overtake one another. This is a parade, just for show, not a race. All manner of Porsches zoom around the circuit, but they do have one thing in common. All feature a front engine and rear-wheel drive. Jaguar has set up what looks like a giant car lot at the Grand Prix. Here, current models like the F-Type sports car, the XF sedan, and Jag's new all-electric Formula E race car stand alongside vintage treasures like this 1966 XJ13. Now lovingly restored, this prototype was totaled back in 1971 when a wheel came off during the filming of a promotional video. Norman Dewis was Jaguar's chief car tester for 33 years. He says the car could have had a great career in motorsport.
It would have been a good winner for Le Mans. One thing you can't do is test the drivers. You can't do that. But if it had been driven correctly, it would have won, I think, yeah.
With its 5-liter 12-cylinder engine and an output of 369 kilowatts, the XJ13 certainly had the prerequisites. But Jaguar abandoned the project in 1967. Instead, the C, D, and E-Type brought the British company acclaim on the racing circuit, and those models got to take to the track once again for the Grand Prix at the Nurburgring. Other manufacturers such as Ferrari, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo are also here, showing off both old and new models. Feinholz says events like this provide the perfect platform to present vintage vehicles and an opportunity to introduce supercars. That's what McLaren is doing too, taking the opportunity to show off its latest supercars like this 650S. And next time on Drive It, a classic updated, the new E-Class station wagon from Mercedes. And small and sporty with a soft top, the Mazda MX-5.